Coming up next, meet a family who has enrolled their child in a very special program and hear the great results. We're discovering the importance of early identification and diagnosis of autism. Here's the story of a 4-year-old with autism who's finding success in something called an inclusion program.
Good morning, Polly, and good morning to everyone.
3-and-a-half-year-old Buck is happily taking part in his preschool's daily circle time. To the other kids in the class, he's just like them. Only Buck's teachers know of his special circumstances.
My specific role is to help the children understand that Buck and other children have different learning styles and to help respect each other's differences and abilities.
I want a big slide.
Buck, who is diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, attends an inclusion preschool on the campus of California State University, Northridge.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
The program specializes in including special needs children with their typically developing peers.
We have a variety of personnel in the classroom, from the CHIME program, the inclusion staff, and the regular education staff. And we have the staff to help support him, to observe, to bring materials and activities of interest to Buck. And more importantly, he has those typically developing peers and other children that he's becoming very interested in and really modeling their behaviors. One for Cheryl and one for Buck. Okay. Where did it go?
Since Buck needs help interacting with others, the teachers help him with his socialization skills.
For example, what we did today, he didn't really want to do the small group activity, so he moved away, and that was okay, but we brought it over to him to show him, look, this is what we're doing. And if he's interested, you know, what he'll do is he'll come over with us and he'll start painting with the cars with all the children at the art area. So we'll do things like that to modify the curriculum.
They look like sticks.
They look like sticks.
In addition to the various types of therapy he receives throughout the day, certain materials are provided to assist with his needs.
At group time, what we'll offer for Buck is a little red cushion that provides some sensory support, and it really helps him to sit at group time. There's times he chooses not to sit with it, and there's times he will choose to sit on it. And other times he likes to sit on a teacher's lap. He likes that sensory support.
Watch out, Buck! Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Here she comes.
Buck's progress has been really, really phenomenal here. And what we see here mostly is his social skills are increasing dramatically. Just being with other kids and doing what they do, and and then being affectionate and knowing how to be affectionate and hugging and kissing and caring about other kids and what they do. And it's been really great.
Joining us now are Buck's parents, Kayla Pistol and Dave Bosch. Also with them is Dave's sister, Denise Bosch. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you.
Now, we see that Buck is in an inclusion program. How is that working for you?
It's amazing. Dave and I were pretty clear what we wanted for him, and when you go through the processes with any school district, the ultimate goal is to give them free and appropriate public education in every state. Mm-hmm. And what we were being offered, we didn't feel was the right thing for Buck. It was a mixed classroom. There was too much going on. We had researched and looked into what would work for him, and we felt that an inclusion basis, which was really taking typical special needs and gifted children and throwing them all in the same environment, and where the therapies would be built in, would be the most appropriate for him.
Uh-huh.
We had to do a lot of struggling.
Mm-hmm.
What we've learned is about we know Buck best.
Uh-huh.
We are his best advocate. No matter what situation it's in, whether it's with a school district or a school or a therapy, do we believe in it, do we not? We have to fight for it.
So you encourage parents to be an advocate for their children.
Absolutely. It's the best thing they can do.
Now, Denise, you're here on panel because you are the one that noticed that Buck should be tested for autism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, about 1.5. I kind of got the feeling that something may not be quite right. You know, in an infant, a baby, when you put your face right up to theirs and they mimic what you do and you make expressions and they'll echo that expression. Right. And eye contact, you know, he just didn't do those things. Mm-hmm. And he was really content just to sit for hours and play by himself, kind of isolation.
So this raised a concern for you, and then you spoke to his parents.
Yeah, it took me about 6 months.
You're even hesitant to say it right here.
Yeah, it took me about 6 months to actually verbalize it to them and say, you know, I think there may be an issue. And I had seen an article in the Times, LA Times newspaper, in their health section, and it actually addressed early intervention, you know, starting around 1.5 and 2. So I attempted a couple times, then I cut that out and I gave it to Dave.
And Dave, you have concerns, but you also have a lot of hope. And what are your hopes for Buck?
My hopes for Buck is that he goes to school, goes to college, has relationships and friends, and whatever he wants to do in life. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Jennifer, how do you feel about the therapy that these parents are getting and what they're saying about parent activism?
I think parent involvement is critical with any type of therapy that parents are going to seek out for their children. And they happen to have Buck in an ideal situation where he's fully included in a preschool setting, working right alongside with kids who don't have any disabilities, and he's going to be able to model their behaviors and learn from them, because the social interaction is the challenge for kids with autism. So providing those opportunities is the best, opportunities you can give him.
Great. Thank you very much. We've learned a lot of important information about autism today. Here's a recap. First, watch for early signs of autism spectrum disorder. These include loss of language, consistent arm flapping, lack of eye contact, isolation, lack of emotional connection. If you suspect your child needs an assessment, seek immediate help if he doesn't reach developmental milestones on time. And finally, remember that early diagnosis can lead to early intervention and give kids a chance at better lives. Thank you for sharing your story today. What a great show. If you want more information on identifying autism early, go to our website or write us with a self-addressed stamped envelope at A Place of Our Own, KCET Television, 4401 Sunset Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90027. Thanks to our friends who joined us here today, but most of all, thank you for joining us. And remember, you are your child's first teacher. We'll see you here next time on A Place of Our Own.